The telecom tower is a constant reminder of the telecommunications, which are the electronic arteries of the nation's life.
Black Mountain has long been a major attraction. It gives splendid views of the entire Capital Territory.
Now the years of planning and building have been done. The last of the rubble has been cleared away and technicians have moved in to take over the control consoles. The telecom tower is complete. Its doors are open to the public.
The federal opposition today clarified its objections to the partial sale of Telstra.
The telecommunications tower will continue to operate, playing its role in supplying mobile networks and radio and TV coverage to the capital.
It is quite an iconic piece of Canberra landscape. Like I said, you drive in and you see it kind of from wherever, even if you're far away.
If you could sum up your experience coming here and what you see and your feelings on it, what would it be in one word?
Oh, disappointing.
Very anticlimactic.
Disappointing.
A pity.
Disappointed.
Disappointing.
It is a bit disappointing when you get up there and you see that it's not very well taken care of. So it is, I guess, a bit disappointing that it's owned by them, but they don't really care about it. And it is a bit of a shame for people who come here like myself or people who live here who want to enjoy it, but then they go, oh, no one's taking care of it, and it is a big corporation who probably has the funds to do so.
The restaurant closed back in 2013 and then the whole building closed in 2020 due to COVID, and they haven't opened it since. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Disappointing that if you want to come and visit and have a look at the view that you can't actually go in and have a look around and have something to eat. It's a bit disappointing.
I would imagine that they're closing it because they're not making enough money off it.
It's a pretty iconic landmark, and it's owned by a pretty big private corporation that have since left it abandoned and in disrepair.
Yeah, it doesn't look too great when you come to visit it. We had a lot of graffiti around. So they probably should maintain a little bit safer, look nicer when people come to visit.
So it's unfortunate that such a big corporation is ignoring that nature and wanting to take care of it, I guess, or maybe they are. It's kind of a big question mark when you drive in and when you get up there and you kind of go, what's going on?
You know, a few things come to mind, especially sort of looking at your tower, and you think, well, Centrepoint Tower, you can go and have like a revolving restaurant or something like that, and that just brings in so many people. Like, it's packed every time. You got to make appointments, bookings, how many weeks in advance.
The building actually did have a revolving restaurant at one point.
Really?
Yeah, they closed it in 2013.
Open it again.
Yeah, that was pretty silly, wasn't it?
Yeah. Why would you close it?
Why would you do that for?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a bit of an icon. It definitely stands out. It's the most prominent thing you probably see as you're driving toward the skyline, and it's just come up here to have a look, and it's closed.
I guess it definitely kind of shows a bit of neglect. Like, you see it from everywhere you go, so it kind of makes you want to go up there and see it. It's really nice beauty in the nature, but then it's covered in graffiti, and it's kind of looking a bit desolate, kind of like falling apart, like no one's kind of looked after it for a little while. So, I don't know, it's very welcoming when you look at it from afar, but then when you get up there you kind of go, oh, maybe not. I'd rather come to like somewhere like this, Mount Ainslie, where it's nice and it's open and it's not covered in graffiti and trash.
You think they should take a bit more responsibility with the landmark?
Definitely.
Probably could be open now.
I guess it leaves me with more questions than thoughts.
The bottom line reality remains that Telstra, unlike a bank or an airline, is providing services to the whole community.
It's Telstra. They're a telecommunications company. They're not a restaurant. They're not, a museum. They're not they help you make phone calls. But the potential is there.